So today I was thinking about something. You know, when people say that there is no testimony without a test, that is so true. Honestly, when I think about the testimonies I have today, my greatest testimonies are a result of some very hard situations that I've had to go through. A lot of tests, that I've had to go through. I am reminded of James and John when they were asking Jesus, when you enter your kingdom, let one of us stay, sit at your right hand and let, another sit at your left. Jesus' reply to them was, you do not know what you're asking, because can you drink from the bitter cup of suffering? And honestly, we can learn a very important message from the sons of Zebedee. And it's like, today, a lot of people want elevation so bad. You want God to bless you with the marriage. You want God to bless you with the children. You want God to bless you with, just a whole lot of things. We want God to bless us with everything. You know what I'm saying? But can you really go through, what it takes to get you to that state of elevation and that place of honor? Can you really go through the testings that will get you there? The question is, can you drink from the bitter cup of suffering? Because a lot of the things that we desire from God and a lot of the things that we want from God and what we want God to do for us, they require some form of suffering. As shocking as it sounds, it requires some level of suffering, some level of pain to get you to that place of elevation. All throughout the Bible, we see that God is a God that honors process. He will allow you to go through some tests. He will allow you to go through some trials because he needs to test. He needs to see. And so you want elevation, but you don't want to drink from the bitter cup of suffering. Even Jesus, he knew that he had to drink from the bitter cup. So he was like, you guys don't even know what you're asking. You don't even know what you're asking of me. To be seated at the right hand of God, do you know what it takes to get you there? And so certain places and certain positions that people want to be in so bad, it takes suffering. When I think about my life and the testimonies that I carry, my bitter cup of suffering has looked like facing rejection, facing, betrayal, being slandered, just going through I'm talking being isolated, being separated, just being in the wilderness. That wilderness, there's nobody, it's just you and God. That's literally the story of my life. And it's that's why when you see God blessing some people and you just see one day they just come and you're like, oh my goodness, how is this even possible? Don't sit up there and be jealous of them. Don't sit up there and well, why them and not me and da-da-da-da. You have no idea what that person has had to go through to get to where they are. When you see people giving their testimonies of getting nice things and how God is, uplifting them in their ministry and he's given them power, he's given them, you don't even understand the type of suffering behind the success that they have. You don't even know the things that they've had to go through to get them to where they're at. And so it's so important that we don't sit up there and be so envious and jealous of people and what they have and the good things, because you don't know what they've had to go through. You don't know how they've had to struggle with the Lord. Is it Jacob? Yeah, he had to wrestle with God for a blessing. So the moral of this message is the fact that the Lord desires to bless us, right? And desires to give us testimonies, of course. But sometimes in order to get that testimony and attain just the levels of greatness and elevation, it sometimes takes suffering. Oftentimes it takes suffering. You going through something, to get you there. And so if you're currently in that process, honestly, be encouraged. Like, let this message be an encouragement for you that yes, God will see you on the other side. Like, yes, right now you may be having to drink from this bitter cup, but I promise you and I can assure you, I'm telling you that the Lord will do a mighty work in your life, and he will surely see you on the other side.